Hey, what's up everyone? This is Josh, and I just want to do a video on how to buy a house in the Columbus, Ohio market right now. And if you've been looking in this market at all recently, you know it is an insanely competitive market. New listings hit, and they have multiple offers by the end of the weekend. And people are having a hard time standing out and getting their offer accepted on a lot of these properties, which can be incredibly stressful in any situation as a buyer, but especially when you're brand new to buying a home. And I've been working with my buyers and showing them houses. And as we go through the process, it's been kind of weird to me to see how much differently we do this when we're buying our own personal residence as opposed to when investors are buying an investment property. Because when I'm buying an investment property, I'm trying to do something different than everybody else. I'm trying to stand out. I'm trying to find a deal that no one else is looking at so I can get the numbers to make sense, right? But for some reason, when we're buying our own personal residence, we're all doing the exact same thing. We're doing the MLS search. We're finding all the same properties that are on the market. We're going to see all the same showings. We're putting in all the same type of offers, and we're competing with the entire market, hundreds of buyers, 10, 20 offers on some of these properties, and it's extremely hard to stand out. So look, there's going to be some of these properties that's your only option. Sometimes you want a property and that's the only way you can go about it. But I do think that there are ways that you can approach it and at least try to get creative and try to do something that other people aren't doing. So I have 5 tips that I would do if I were looking for a personal residence right now in the Columbus, Ohio market. And the first thing is this does apply to any type of search you're doing. But you need to be flexible, right? You need to have your needs versus your wants. Because there used to be a time not all that long ago when you could have your whole list of wants and get them all, right? You can say, this is my price point. I want to be in this neighborhood. I want it to be this updated, and boom, 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 you check them all. You're the only one looking at the property. You're the only one making the offer. The seller's got to come and meet your demands on it. But as you probably know, that is completely flipped to now the seller has almost all the leverage, and you can get a few things that you want and have to make sacrifices in other areas, right? So you can say, I want this price in this location, but I'm gonna have to sacrifice on maybe how updated the property is. Something's got to give, right? You can be in the location you want with the updates you want, but your price is going to go way up. You can't have everything, right? There's a saying a lot of times in business that you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. Absolutely applies to this market. You can have any feature you want, any price you want, whatever, but you can't have everything you want. So pick your needs, right? These are non-negotiable. You have to have this to make the house purchase work, and then get your wants, right? So then find what meets your needs, and then get as many wants as you can, but know you're going to have to sacrifice on something. Number 2, you need to write compelling offers, because in a whole lot of these situations, your offer is going up against many other offers, or at least a few other offers. So something about your offer should stand out. And the big thing everyone thinks of is the price. And obviously that's a big one. That's going to be the first thing almost any seller is going to look at. But there are other things besides price that can set you apart. So like a big one is the various contingencies. Is there a way that you can comfortably waive the inspection contingency, right? I say this, you want to be careful on this. I'm not telling anyone to get a huge purchase without some type of inspection, right? But I'll give you a good example. I just had buyers get into a house. They were able to waive the inspection contingency because they asked the seller if he had had a previously done inspection report from a previous sale that fell through for financing reasons. And the seller gladly gave them that inspection report before they made their offer. They got comfortable with the inspection report, and then they were able to make an offer waiving the inspection contingency, which set them apart from other offers. Can you be flexible on how long the seller can stay in if they're looking to do that? Somewhere you need to have your offer stand out, because you're going against a lot of other people and people that are probably going to be willing to pay more than you in some cases. So where else can your offer stand out? And a lot of that is going to come down to contingencies and which ones are you comfortable waiving, and how can you get creative to be comfortable waiving those contingencies. Number 3, so this is a big one in the investment world, right? So people want to get into investing, but it's hard. You got to have a lot of money typically. So what is popular is called house hacking. And what that is you combine your personal residence and investment. So maybe you buy a duplex and you live in half and you rent the other half out. And that renter on the other half is going to pay most or all of your mortgage. It's going to allow you to pay way more than you would have been able to otherwise for a house. Maybe you just you need a 4-bedroom house, you buy a 5-bedroom house, and you rent just the room out. Like maybe you're close to Ohio State University, you can rent it to a college student, make $1,000 extra a month. Now your budget can go up. Maybe it has a finished basement and you don't need that space right away. So you can kind of close off the stairs to it with a door, put some type of kitchen area in it, and now that can be, you can rent that out for where, depending where it's located, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month or more. And that can significantly improve the amount you can offer for a house. Maybe you don't like the idea of sharing any of that, sharing even a wall with a renter, right? But maybe there's properties available that have an ADU, an additional dwelling unit. So maybe a garage was turned into an apartment, or maybe there's an apartment above the garage, somewhere that you can turn it into a rental property and it won't even be connected to you, right? Something that's going to allow that income to come in from the property and allow you to pay more for it. So get creative and to be able to increase your budget. We do it in investing all the time. The complete reverse can be true. You can get into investing because you want to buy a personal residence, right? It's a great strategy. Number 4, become a cash buyer. And I know that probably sounds crazy to a lot of us because most of us can't pay $200,000, $400,000, $800,000 cash for a house. We don't have that kind of cash sitting around. But there are a lot of programs out there right now that are trying to meet this demand, and they're going to pay cash for you and turn around and sell the property to you. And it sounds kind of crazy, almost like a scam, right? But it's perfectly legit. There's even a lot of lenders doing this now. So essentially what's going to happen, let's say your lender's doing one of these programs, the lender will come in, they will pay cash as the buyer in the house, and then they will turn around immediately after closing and sell it to you with the loan, right? So to the seller, they're getting a cash offer. They don't know or care that you're going to immediately buy it from that cash buyer with a loan. They're getting a cash offer, which to a lot of sellers is significantly more enticing than an offer that has an FHA loan or a VA loan or any type of loan product. That just it becomes scarier to a seller. So if you can make a cash offer, that makes it more attractive. And again, there's lenders that will do this. So talk to your lender. If they don't, talk to other lenders. And there's also third-party people that created this program. They'll go in and buy it cash and then immediately sell it to you with your mortgage. Now, they're going to charge you for this. This isn't a free service out of the kindness of their heart. But in a lot of cases, this could allow you to actually pay less for the house because you have a more attractive cash offer, or at least get the house because your offer is more attractive than the other people at a similar price, right? So that fee could be worth it. Just depends on your situation, but certainly something to look into. And number 5, and this is my favorite one, this is one how I build my entire investment portfolio, find off-market deals. And it's another one where it's just kind of common sense in the investment world. We're almost always buying off-market deals. Rarely are we buying deals on the MLS, but we forget about it when it comes to our personal residence. And this is something that your realtor should be able to help you out with. And this is exactly how I got buyers recently under contract on a house. I knew of an investor friend. He flips houses, does good quality flips, and I knew he had a project coming up that he was nearing completion. So I called him up and said, hey, how would you like to get an offer before it even hits the market? And of course he said, I'm listening, tell me more. And we worked it out, and my buyers were able to buy that house before it hit the market and avoided the competition, avoided a multiple offer situation, didn't have to have the stress of competing with other people. And on the seller's side, he got to get his list price, a very attractive offer, without the stress of putting it on the market, right? Because if you've ever sold a house, you know that can be a stressful situation. And what I would do, I would work with your realtor, and you want to get very targeted if you're going to do this. Find out exactly where you want to be looking. So, for instance, I live in Hawks Nest in Dublin. If I wanted to move to Hawks Nest right now, I would take my realtor and we would walk around the entire Hawks Nest neighborhood. We would identify houses that I thought would fit my needs, and my realtor would put handwritten notes in each one of those mailboxes. Just says something along the lines of, Dear Mr. Homeowner, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, I'm a realtor and I have several buyers interested in houses in the Hawks Nest neighborhood. You may be surprised to hear what you can get for your house right now. If you'd all be interested in a stress-free transaction without having to put your house on the market, saving you significant time and money, please give me a call. My buyers can be flexible on move-out time, so don't let that hold you back. Something along those lines. It would be more cleaned up than that, but something along the lines of, I can get you a very good price, make it stress-free without ever having to hit the market, and someone's going to reply to that note if you leave enough of them. because some people are interested in selling their house, but they do not want to put it on the market. It is stressful sometimes for people to put their house on the market. Right? If they have kids and pets and everything else, they have to clean everything, they have to make repairs, they have to get everybody and the pets out of the house, and it can be stressful. So that can be very attractive to the right person that's potentially interested in selling their house. And if you do enough of that, you're going to get someone eventually that's going to be interested in that. You're going to be able to beat out the competition before they ever even know about it. You're not going to be in a multiple offer situation. So that's my number one tip. Number 5 in order here: find off-market deals. Work with a realtor who's willing to do that for you. All right. So all 5 of these tips, talk with your realtor. If you're looking on your own, do them yourself. If you need someone to help you with this situation, feel free to contact us. Contact information up above. We'd be happy to help you look for a house in the Columbus area. If you're looking to sell your house, we'd be more than happy to help you take advantage of this crazy Columbus market. But keep your hopes up. I know it's a crazy situation. I've heard of buyers looking at 35 houses. He made 22 offers, got 0 of them. So that's just the condition of things right now. It's going to take patience. You have to be ready to act. And if you follow these 5 tips, I think you'll have a good chance of success.